And it's PLB with MLB News, back with another video. Today's video is going to be my 2020 MLB Mock Draft. I will explain in this video why I think these players will go to certain teams and the fit. And yeah, that's going to be today's video. If you like this kind of content on the channel, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Okay, with the first selection in the 2020 MLB Draft, I have the Detroit Tigers selecting Spencer Torkelson, first baseman out of Arizona State. I think this would be a perfect fit for the Tigers, considering they have Miguel Cabrera, who is pretty much in one of his last years of his career. I think it's only going to take Spencer Torkelson about 1 or 2 years to develop and be a major leaguer. Get through the minor leagues is what I mean. But yeah, I see him being selected with the first pick and being a perfect fit for the Tigers. With the second pick, I have the Baltimore Orioles selecting shortstop out of Vanderbilt, Austin Martin. I think he'd be a perfect fit. It may take him 2 to 3, maybe even 1 or 2 years to be a major leaguer, to get called up to the major leagues. I think this would be a perfect fit because Jose Iglesias is most likely going to be gone by the time he comes up. With the third pick, I have the Miami Marlins selecting left-hander out of Texas A&M. Lacey, that's his last name. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. I think this would be a perfect fit for the Marlins, even if he was a relief pitcher. I'm thinking he's a starting pitcher, but I don't know. I think as a number 4 in that rotation with Caleb Smith, Sandy Alcantara, and Jose Urena already in on that pitching staff, I think he would be a perfect fit. With the fourth selection, the Kansas City Royals select Emerson Hancock, right-hander out of Georgia. And if you're watching this, I know you're probably thinking, why would they not select Nick Gonzalez here? The reason I think that they don't is because, for one, they already have Whit Merrifield, who is going to be there for the next probably 5 years, unless he gets traded. With the number 5 selection, the Toronto Blue Jays select Jared Kelly, right-handed pitcher. Just like the Royals, the Blue Jays already have a young second baseman at that position. They have Kevin Biggio right now. I think that's going to be their second baseman for quite a few years to come, and that's the reason why I have them selecting right-hander Jared Kelly. With the 6th selection, the Seattle Mariners select second baseman out of New Mexico State, Nick Gonzalez. I think this is a perfect fit for the Mariners. They kind of do need a second baseman. They've got Shed Long there right now. With the 7th pick, Pittsburgh Pirates select outfielder Austin Hendrick. They lost Starling Marte in the offseason. I think they could put Austin Hendrick at any outfield position. I think they could put him in center field whenever he is ready to come up and be pretty good for the Pittsburgh Pirates. With the 8th selection, the San Diego Padres select Mick Abel, right-handed pitcher. With the 9th selection, the Colorado Rockies select outfielder from UCLA, Garrett Mitchell. I think this is going to be the perfect fit for the Rockies. I don't really see them selecting anybody else right here. I think this is a perfect fit for them. I think by the time he is called up, they will have a kind of hole in right field, being where Charlie Blackmon was, because he could be gone by then. I think he will be. With the 10th selection, I have the Los Angeles Angels selecting Reed Detmers, left-hander from Louisville. I think this is a perfect fit whether he is a reliever or starting pitcher. I definitely think this is a perfect fit. With the 11th selection in the 2020 MLB Mock Draft, the Chicago White Sox select right-hander from Mississippi State, JT Ginn. He is a starting pitcher. I think he would fit perfectly as a fourth starter or fifth starter, depending on whether Michael Kopech is called up before he gets in the majors. Dallas Keuchel could even be gone, so he could be a fourth or a second, maybe even. I think he would be the perfect fit. They've already got Lucas Giolito, Ronaldo Lopez, and probably Michael Kopech by the time he comes up. So they've already got three good starters, and I think this would be a perfect fit. With the 12th selection, I have the Cincinnati Reds selecting Casey Martin, shortstop out of Arkansas. The reason I have them picking a shortstop in this draft is because by the time he is ready to go to the major leagues, I think that Freddie Galvis will be gone by then. I don't see Freddie Galvis re-signing with them in free agency. With the 13th selection, the San Francisco Giants select Carmen, I cannot pronounce his last name, but right-handed pitcher from South Carolina. I think this is a perfect fit, whether he is a starter or a reliever. I think this is a perfect fit because they lost Madison Bumgarner in the offseason, and they lost Will Smith, Mark Melancon too. So either way, I think this is a good fit. With the 14th selection, I have the Texas Rangers selecting shortstop Ed Howard. I think this is also a perfect fit for the same reason that the Cincinnati Reds selected Casey Martin. I think Elvis Andrus is probably going to be retired by the time Ed Howard is ready to come up. I could see him starting the season with maybe the Crawdads. With the 15th selection, I have the Philadelphia Phillies selecting outfielder Zach Veen. I've got them picking an outfielder here because I do see them having a hole in center field, which they kind of do right now with Adam Hazley in center field. I think this would be a perfect fit. I could have put them selecting a pitcher, but I'm going to go with an outfielder. With the 16th selection in the 2020 MLB mock draft, I have the Chicago Cubs selecting Garrett Crochet, left-hander from Tennessee. I think this is the perfect fit. I think this is a good fit whether he's a reliever or a starter. With the 17th pick, I've got the Boston Red Sox selecting Patrick Bailey, catcher from NC State. I don't think that Christian Vasquez is their longtime catcher. I think they need to draft a catcher. I could see him possibly starting with the Greenville Drive or their short season affiliate. With the 18th selection, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks selecting Austin Wells, catcher from Arizona. Yes, they already have Carson Kelly. I understand that. But I definitely think they probably could get another catcher as his backup. With the 19th selection, I've got the New York Mets selecting Tyler Soderstrom, catcher. I also see him kind of being a backup catcher, but I do see Wilson Ramos not signing back with the New York Mets in free agency, and I think this would be the perfect fit. Get their future catcher now. With the 20th selection, I've got the Milwaukee Brewers selecting Tanner Burns, right-handed pitcher from Auburn. I think this would be the perfect fit. They need relief pitching or starting pitching. It doesn't really matter. They already have a good closer, which is their left-hander, Josh Hader. So they do kind of need a right-hander in that bullpen. With the 21st selection, I have the St. Louis Cardinals selecting Nick Bitsko, right-handed pitcher. I think this would be the perfect fit either way. if I'm picking some of these pitchers to go to like one team, it's usually because I think whether they are a starting pitcher or a relief pitcher, I think it's going to be a good fit either way. With the 22nd selection, I have the Washington Nationals selecting Cole Wilcox, right-handed pitcher from Georgia. I was going to have them selected Pete Crow Armstrong, outfielder, but I went with Cole Wilcox instead. With the 23rd selection, I have the Cleveland Indians selecting Pete Crow Armstrong, outfielder. I was going to have the Nationals picking him, so I just switched the Nationals and the Indians picks. With the 24th selection, I have the Tampa Bay Rays selecting Drew Romo, catcher. I have them getting a catcher because I think they kind of do need a catcher. They have Mike Zuliano, but I don't think he's there. I think he's going to be gone by the time Drew Romo's up. And I think they kind of need a catcher, and I think the draft would be a good place for them to get a catcher. With the 25th selection, I have the Atlanta Braves selecting right-hander Carson Montgomery. I think even though the Braves really don't need a right-handed pitcher that much, but let me see if he is a starting, or if he's a starter or a reliever. He's also an outfielder. I was not able to see whether he was a starter or a reliever, but I think a right-handed pitcher / outfielder would be a pretty good fit for the Braves. With the 26th pick, I have the Oakland Athletics selecting Heston Kjerstad, outfielder from Arkansas. I think they could put him in possibly right field. I think that would be a pretty good fit. With the 27th selection, I have the Minnesota Twins selecting Alika Williams, shortstop from Arizona State. I think this would be a perfect fit for the Twins, even though they don't really need a shortstop. Who knows? Jorge Polanco could be gone in 2 or 3 years whenever Williams develops. With the 28th pick, I have the New York Yankees selecting outfielder from LSU, Daniel Cabrera. I didn't really know who to go with for the Yankees. I also thought of putting the number 30 pick as their pick, but I went with Daniel Cabrera. With the 29th pick, I've got the LA Dodgers selecting Jordan Westburg, shortstop out of Mississippi State. I think this would be an okay fit. Who knows, though? Corey Seager could be gone by then, but I still think they would probably just trade Jordan Westburg or something. I don't really see him being there very long. With the 30th selection, the Houston Astros select right-handed pitcher Max Meyer from Minnesota. I think this would be a perfect fit. Even though I'm pretty sure with... Let me look that up. Yeah, they don't have their 2020 or 2021 second round picks. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.